Hey guys, what's up? It's Zain. Um, Today I wanted to make a video about why you should stop harassing cops, guys. Why you should just stop walking up to police officers and recording them just for entertainment purposes, just to have a Facebook story, just to have an Instagram story, just to have a post going around Facebook. I'm starting to see a lot of Facebook posts where it's saying stuff like "man owns cop" or "uninformed cops gets owned of his rights," or uh, just people making fun of cops, picking on cops, whatever the reason it is, right? And I'm starting to see a lot of this, and it's beginning to I'm beginning to think that a lot of this is for entertainment purposes. A lot of this is for fun. A lot of people just want a cool Facebook story. A lot of people are just being bullies to cops. It's like the equivalent of the cop being a bully to you, right? What you're doing is essentially being a bully to the cop. Now, like I've said, you should always record the police, right? But you record the police when the circumstances are certain and it's happened naturally, right? You're naturally pulled over, you're naturally stopped for doing something you're naturally doing. You don't make or create superficial situations, right? You can't create superficial situations. A lot of people are going around creating superficial situations. And what I mean by superficial situations is a lot of people are walking around hoping that they get pulled over, hoping they get stopped by the cop just so they can pull out their phone and start recording the police officer, right? A lot of people are purposefully, and I've seen this happen plenty of times, a lot of people are walking into state capitals, walking on the streets, walking into houses, walking wherever with the AK or whatever these guns are, ARs, I'm sorry, ARs, right? These rifles, walking around on purpose just so they can get pulled over, just so they can get stopped. And they want to make a video about it. They want to make a video about it, let people on Facebook see, and they want to own the cops. They want to school the cops. They want to make sure the cops know their rights. Guys, if you're walking around with the AR, that's cool, right? If you're allowed to walk around with the AR in your state, that's cool, right? If you really want to walk around with the AR and you're naturally inclined to do that, that's cool. But if you're doing that for the purpose of making a YouTube video, a Facebook video, or something like that, guys, you need to stop it, because what you're essentially doing is bullying cops, right? And then what happens is you make a video about it and it looks like the cop was being a bully, but essentially you were the one being a bully. You were the one that was walking around recording the police officer, or walking around hoping that you get pulled over, that you get questioned, you get detained, you get stopped for the hell of it. And it's really frustrating because um, I'm all for recording cops, right? I've said this before. You should always record cops when you're pulled over, but only record them if it's a natural situation. All right? If it's a superficial situation, a situation you've created, right? A situation you're seeking, a situation where it's artificial. You don't record cops then, right? You don't record cops if it's a situation you're created, you're looking for entertainment, you're looking to bully cops, because essentially you're the ones that's bullying the cop this time. The cops aren't bullying you. They're being respectful. Like, if any guy's going to walk around with the AR rifle, they're going to get pulled over, right? They're going to get stopped. The cop's going to question them, right? Now, if that happens to you naturally, that's cool. You can start recording because it's a natural occurrence. This is really happening, and you can let the cop know your rights. But if you're just walking around with the AR, you're still going to get pulled over. But you're doing it this time with the intent and motive to piss off the police officer, to make yourself look cool, to make yourself look better than the cop, to make a cool YouTube video, to make a cool Facebook story, to just so you can provoke the cop. If you're walking around with the AR, right, cool, do it. I have no problem with it. Walk around with your AR, and if you get pulled over, stop, start recording the cop, right? Now, that's a legitimate interest, right? Now, if you're walking around with the AR and the police officer is just, and you're just doing it because you know you're gonna get pulled over, and you know you're just eager. You know you have your camera ready, you have your phone ready. You're like, man, I'm so I can just make a video about this. Guys, cut it out, because what you're doing is you're bullying the police officer, and it's not just for AKs. AR, I keep saying AKs. It's not just for ARs, guys. It's for all whatever reason it is. You know, it's for whatever reason it is. People are driving around, walking around, provoking cops, and they shouldn't be doing that. They're doing it for entertainment purposes, right? And it's just silly. It's silly. You record the police when a natural circumstance happens to you, and something natural happens to you, right? You don't do that. You don't go around recording cops for the hell of it, for your entertainment purposes, for your benefit, for your fun, right? Because what essentially happens is you piss off the cop, and you think that what you're doing is cool, but it's really not cool, guys. It's really not cool, because you're being the bully. All right, you're bullying the cop. That poor cop is falling for your trap. Okay, he's falling for your trap. Now, again, this could actually happen to you regardless if you didn't plan it out. If you didn't plan out your day and be like, I'm gonna walk around with the AR, right? I'm gonna walk around with the AR hanging off my chest, and if you didn't plan it out, and you naturally get pulled over, then yeah, it's a different story. You're schooling the cop of his rights. But a lot of times, you guys are doing it for entertainment purposes, right? And it's not funny, guys. It's not funny. It's not entertaining. It's plain silly, because what you're doing is you're bullying these cops, like I said, right? It's a waste of resources. It's a waste of your times, also. Okay, the police officer is going to stop you regardless if you're walking around with the AR, most of the time. All right, they're going to run your ID, yada yada yada. But if you're doing it for just entertainment purposes, right? What do you get out of it? You get nothing out of it. If you're doing it for actual purposes, right? What usually happens is they know you're doing it for you're actually doing it, and a lot of times if you're actually doing it because it's a natural situation, they might not even stop you, right? A lot of times these guys that do it for entertainment purposes purposefully walk in front of a cop. All right, and the cop can tell that this guy's doing it for entertainment purposes, and the cop might even give you a hard time because of that, because you're doing it for entertainment purposes. If you're doing it for natural purposes and you get pulled over, stopped, you can let the cop know this is your right, and you can walk around with the AR. But generally, guys, generally, you're still going to get stopped, whether you're doing it for superficial purposes or it's naturally happening, right? What I'm saying is, don't do it for superficial purposes, because it doesn't benefit anybody, right? Again, you should always record the cops when you have a legitimate interest. And I made a video about this before. A legitimate interest, again, is when you're pulled over, a family member's pulled over, something that has dire consequences to you. What you're doing is you're just creating situations, creating consequences that have no value to you, nothing. You're walking around looking for trouble, pretty much, right? You're the one that's the troublemaker, and you're making stories on Facebook, you're making stories on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever it is, right? And it's just silly. It's silly. You need to cut it out, because if this really happens to you, then do it. And a lot of times, this may actually even happen to you. That's fine. If it really happened to you, that's fine. But if you're looking for trouble, guys, there's no point in doing it, right? A lot of times, I've seen videos where people walk up to police stations and start recording police cars in front of cops, because they won't get a kick out of it. They know they're going to get stopped, right? They know they're going to get stopped. Why are you there recording police cars at a police station? A lot of these cars are undercover cars, right? You're there recording. You're trying to get the license plates. You're trying to get this, trying to get that. And I understand you may have the right to do that, right? You may have the right to do that. But why are you doing it? Is there a purpose out of it other than to piss off the police? Right? You get no benefit out of it. And you might even get arrested. You might even get in trouble. You might even get detained. You might aggravate the circumstances. So, guys, do it if you have a legitimate interest. Don't do it because you want to piss off the cops. You want to explain to the cops your rights. You want to invoke your rights. Invoke your rights when you have to. Don't invoke to walk around invoking your rights. It's like kind of like you trying to get a girlfriend, right? You flashing your muscles. That's what you're kind of doing. You're going around flashing your muscles, flashing your jewelry, flashing your money, flashing this, flashing that, and you think that's gonna attract you a girl, right? That's the equivalent of that. You're walking around flashing money, flashing jewelry, and some girl might fall for it, right? But you don't want to do that because it makes you seem silly. It makes you seem silly, right? You want to be genuine. You want to be honest. You want to be yourself. You want to, if you have money, you take out your money when you need to. You don't just walk around showing girls your money, your jewelry, your chain, your cars, right? That's what you're doing with police officers. You're walking around bullying these guys, showing them that you know the law. If you know the law, guys, anybody that acts cool because they know the law and goes around just letting others know, especially police officers, they know the law, it's silly, okay? You're creating superficial, artificial conditions and situations uh, which are uncalled for. They're really uncalled for. You want to create situations. You don't want to create situations at all. Okay, let things happen naturally. Okay, when you try to create situations, it it seems it doesn't seem genuine. Okay, and people can tell, especially cops. They know you're not being genuine, right? You're going walking around with the AR, walking in front of the police officer, or going to places where police officers are, and you wonder why this is happening to you, why you're getting stopped, why you're getting pulled over, because you want a cool YouTube story, right? Guys, cut it out. Cut it out. All right, that's all I wanted to say. Remember, guys, always record the police if it's you. If it's you that's pulled over and it's legitimate interest. If you're seeking entertainment, if you're doing this for entertainment, you shouldn't be recording the police anyways. You shouldn't be walking up to the police. Why would you walk up to the police and record them? It's like you being silly, right? So if you're recording police for entertainment, don't record the police at all. All right? And I'm saying this for your own benefit, guys. I know some people are still not going to get it. So peace, guys. That's pretty much it. All right? If you have any questions, let me know.